point. And, well, we thank Mr. President for bringing the budget, this budget of recovery. But as a matter of fact, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. So if we can recover from recession, that would be great. But a number of things point otherwise to the contrary. And one is the nature and manner the budget is being prepared. So what does it actually address? To what extent is it addressing the Made in Nigeria agenda? To what extent would this help address the issues of our contractors that are being owed? Mr. Speaker, you remember about 2 days back, you talked about infrastructure bond. How do we address the level of debt that are owed to local contractors? Or are we doing a budget at the end of the day, you'll find out that it goes back to foreigners? What is actually manufactured in Nigeria that will be patronized? If we buy Toyota vehicles, we forget innocent. If we buy things that are not manufactured here, how will it help liquefying the economy? As a matter of fact, the Nigerian Air Force had congratulated innocent for manufacturing spare parts for its fighter jets when we were actually blockaded. So we need to, when we are looking at this budget, address issues that address Nigerian manufacturing and Nigerian contractors. Mr. Speaker, we also know that the budget is going to be financed substantially by about 2.3 trillion deficit. But the issue is that what is our policy with regard to borrowing? As a matter of fact, we know that we are crowding out. If government is going to take 2.3 trillion, what is now available to business people, manufacturers in the economy? And as a matter of fact, this has been clearly pointed out by one of our leaders, Chief Senator Ahmed Tinubu, where he said, and I quote, Mr. Speaker, "The monetary policy must be consistent with the environmental need of our domestic requirements. You cannot hold on too much or too tight to a policy." Let me give example. What they call security reserve today in the bank at 27%. You have to be able to bring that one down. If the government have to be able to host its treasury bond at 18% upfront, effective rate of borrowing is at 23%. What I'm doing, if I have £1 billion and you are ready to give me 180 million, that is 18% upfront. Do I have to work or do anything? That is the nature of borrowing. And that is the nature when you crowd out private practitioners or private business people. It's very critical, Mr. Speaker. He further says, if there is no liquidity in the economy, the banks will price out the ordinary man. And when you look at inflation growing at 18%, we are talking of recession. The danger there is that it might get to 20-something. If you are over-squeezing or you are too tight. He noted, this is the bane of political economy. We have so much talent in the nation, but it has not been engaged and engineered to function in unison. Fiscal policy does not match with monetary policy. trade policy undermines industrial policy. Thus, ease of doing business is inhibited. Overseas peacekeeping, I'll stop there. So, Mr. Speaker, we have to be very careful. If Senator Tinubu can point out this, a leader, and he had already said, we have to criticize ourselves when it is necessary. Speak truth to power. We are the power. We will say the truth to ourselves. This is Senator Ahmed Tinubu. If at that level he is frustrated with the contradictions that is prevailing, then we have to put our heads together and begin to address the issues, the contradictions in the budget.
Thank you, Honorable Toby. Now I will enforce this rule of 2 minutes strictly because we still have close to